Hey everybody, Avialence here, and I'm actually bringing you a really cool walkthrough of a secret area in the Dawnguard castle. Now, for those of you who have not seen this secret area, it's actually really cool, really unique, and it's a great way to get some starting bolts with the exploding bolts, the frost bolts, and the shock bolts. It also has a cool little notice back on, if you guys remember, the lusty Argonian maid. It actually introduces a new series of books with the Dawnguard, which you can find throughout these different hidden areas throughout the Dawnguard expansion. Now, as far as if you can access this area as a vampire, I am not sure. I have not tried it, but I will be trying it later on in this week. But I did want to go through, give you a walkthrough of this area, which many of you guys have actually passed up or not even thought to explore, and hopefully give you guys something else to do in the Dawnguard expansion. So we are in the Dawnguard castle on the Dawnguard side. I am playing my Dawnguard character. And we're actually going to go ahead and head back to the castle area. So you see we're in the main hall here. Now we're actually going to walk back and to the right. Now you're going to go to the shooting range as well as where you get the husky pups. Now the husky pups are actually really cool. You can have them follow you. There's Braun and then there's Shiolang, and they are both husky pups. They can die, however, but they're great in combat, very durable. Then you also have the archery range over here with a few extra steel bolts and some steel arrows. However, the location of interest is actually here in Dead Drop Falls. Now, when I first walked in here, I was kind of like, okay, well, it's Dead Drop Falls, it's just a fancy waterfall, and I tried to glitch jump my way up to a chest. However, if you actually do jump into the falls, you will not die. It's not just a giant fall. It is actually a huge secret area full of puzzles. So I'm going to walk you through all of those right now. So here with Dead Drop Falls, the first thing when I came in here I noticed, I was like, okay, so it's a waterfall. There's a chest up there you can get to. And I was like, alright, well, let's go ahead and try the jump down. So rest assured, you can actually jump down here. So you're going to jump down to the falls, and you will survive. You'll just get knocked down a bit. And then here you have two secret areas. One to the left, which is a way back up to the main area. And you also have one to the front. Now the one to the front is actually a secret puzzle area, which we're going to walk through now. So here there's going to be plenty of traps, all of which can kill you pretty quickly. And also a new mechanic, which I have not seen, which are archery targets. Now these archery targets remind me of something like Fable, where you shoot them to activate them. But they're very simple, and I'll give you a little walkthrough here. So you're going to come up here on the top floor. You'll notice that there's a trap right there. Just step around it quietly and walk over here. Then you're also going to have a chest. There's no loot in the chest. However, I recommend you activate the tripwire before going there, because you will get stabbed. There's just 3 gold pieces here, an empty, smaller chest, which I really didn't understand. I haven't seen a chest that small in Skyrim before, so I wonder if there should be something there that isn't, or if there's a little secret, kind of hidden, unscripted quest here. I was not sure. Then you're actually going to continue up through here. There's another tripwire here you want to activate, and go straight on through. Now, when you get up here, this is where you start to find the archery targets. Now, these are pretty difficult to knock down. It took me a couple tries to figure it out, but it's not too difficult, so to speak. So you can do this with a crossbow or a bow and arrow. I'm going to go ahead and do it with my crossbow. Now, you'll notice you're trying to get both sides of the bridge down, so you're actually going to pull this lever right here to pull the bridge up and the other one down. And then you're going to go ahead, take your crossbow, aim for the center where there's a pressure plate, and pop an arrow down there. And that'll drop both sides of the bridge for you to cross. Now over here it's the same concept. You have another target there. However, do not shoot the target. Go ahead and pop the lever here to draw the bridge and drop that one. And then you're going to come up here and shoot the target once more to open the door behind you. Now once you're in the door, there's no lever in here. You're actually going to go back here, get over to the side, make sure you're in the door when you do this, and shoot another arrow or bolt to lower the door and open the secret area. Now in here, I've noticed that it's different every time, so you're going to have to just go ahead and try it. There's a few more bolts you can use here if you are out of bolts. But you're going to shoot the pressure plate and step on the left plate here. There's a copy of Uncommon Taste on the floor. And pop it. And see, this time it's actually not the left plate, so this is different for every player, so don't hold me to it. And it's not the center plate. And It is not the right plate either. Also, make sure, I did make the mistake of make sure you are stepping on the plate when you actually do it. You'll notice that the plates won't actually drop until you're on the middle, so wait for the little clock sound. We're going to try the left plate again. Still not the correct plate. So you're going to have to experiment with this a bit. In my experience, one of these plates has led up the door. However, obviously that is not what is going on right now. There may be different combinations of plates that you're going to have to stand on, or different things that you're going to have to click through, because none of these plates are actually opening the door. So this is actually kind of a little embarrassing. I thought this would be working because it was the left plate, and it's still not the plate. And we'll go on this one and see if it works. Alright, there we go. So it is the left plate. Just be very careful on the plates. It's extremely sensitive, like you just saw. I actually had to step on it almost perfectly with one foot to make it work. So don't get frustrated. Don't get mad if it doesn't work the first try. These plates are a little semi-glitchy. Feel free to also pick up your bolts here. They're easy to find, and they will just bounce right off the target. So that opens that door. Now the left plate has worked for me both times. That time it was a little gimmicky, but you'll notice that you should be okay. Now here, you'll notice that there's a target up there, and that target does open this door right here, which leads to the first part of the secret area, the treasure room. However, be very careful. It is a timed door, so you want to aim as quickly as possible and run through that door. Just make sure you hit it. See, I missed it there. Make sure you actually hit it, and when you hit it, just the second you can, sprint through that door, because it will be dropping. And there you go. And now you're in the first part of the secret treasure room. Now in here, you'll notice that there's some really cool stuff. We have a new book, which is going to be on the center table, called The Confessions of a Khajiit Fur Trader. Now, I'm not going to scroll through the entire book. You're more than welcome to read it for yourself. But they are confessions which are tied into a character you can actually discover that you may see in the Skyrim world. So be sure to check that out. Also, you're going to go ahead and take that book. Also, you're going to find out that there's some exploding steel bolts here. Now you'll get the steel bolt of ice, some shock bolts, as well as some fire bolts. There's 9 fire bolts, 7 ice bolts, and 10 shock bolts, which are really cool. Now here in the sacks and barrels, you know, just your typical stuff, some food, some beer, and everything like that. Over here on the aisle, you'll notice that there's a coin purse with 30 to 50 gold, I've noticed, a gold ingot, a couple iron ingots, a rug, which you can't really pick up, and a few mountain flowers and stuff for you to pick. Now, also over here, there's ebony ore. Pick the right one first, and then try to grab the left one, because it does glitch through the hay, but I did miss it there. But just be aware that it will glitch through. And then you also have a chest with your random selection of loot. So this is actually the first treasure room. Now we're going to continue going through the treasure rooms because there's actually a whole other area. This will lead you to the Dead Drop Mine. Now in the Dead Drop Mine, there's actually a really, really cool piece that I got a kick out of. So if you guys have actually gone through Skyrim and looked at some of the books and stuff, you'll notice that there's a little bit of a scandalous book called The Lusty Argonian Maid. And you can go through and find all of these books to get a little bit of an interesting story. A little cynical, definitely for 18 up, you know, but hey, we digress. And that will actually be in this mine, which is really cool. So, you know, there's just a woodcutter's axe. I picked up some Condronian ore. There are a few veins throughout this area that you can go through and mine, which I'm going to do so now. You have one on the left side of the area, one on the center, and one on the far right. Now, Condronium's not too rare of a metal, so I really wouldn't hold me to it as far as, oh, well, Condronium's the rarest metal ever, and you can only find it here, because that's simply not the truth. However, you will be able to find some other stuff here as well. So you'll notice there's an ore vein right there. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to mine all of these because I'll bore you guys to death. But there's another ore vein there and another one on the far wall. So there's 3 Condronium ore veins here. Now, if you continue outside of the mine, you'll reach a little more of an open area. Now, here on the open area, there's a lantern, some small sacks and stuff. You'll also be able to find an iron battle axe, some iron ingots, which you can take there. And while you're continuing up, you'll notice that there's a shovel and there's a little bit of a defensible position. Now up here, this is actually some defensible position. I would state that the Dawnguard used to defend from whatever was down here. Now up here, you'll find 2 crossbows, which you can take. They're regular crossbows, and so far as I know, they do not scale up. You'll find some food in the sacks, and also a couple gold pieces here with a flute. I guess they needed a little bit of entertainment. There's also some extra steel bolts, and a little hint at the new secret books. And these are the sultry Argonian bard books. Now there's multiple volumes. I found 2 of these volumes, and obviously they are a direct after tie-in to the lusty Argonian maid. Now these are quite comical to read through. Very kind of out there, you know, and definitely very implicative of some sexual themes and stuff, but it's pretty funny, so you can go in there and get a kick out of it. So be sure to go ahead and pick that up and read through it on your own. Then if you go back down to the bottom of the area, you'll notice there's some more loot. You can kind of explore all of these. I didn't find too much, however the loot is sort of random. You notice here in the shelves there's plenty more mead. There's a new book, The Ethereum Wars, a book on troll slang, and some mudcrab cheating and other amenities. Now, when you continue back up here, you'll find some more lanterns, some more stuff, and that is pretty much it for the secret mine area. Now, this mine area will lead you to Dead Drop Falls again, and this is the end of the kind of secret tour area. However, it's really cool and really exciting to kind of go through and find these little secretive areas. I've been looking in the Vampiric Castle, and I have yet to find one. I did find an extra tower, but that's about it. So if you guys would be interested in me doing a video on that as well, be sure to let me know. So now you're actually back on Dead Drop Falls. You can go over here to the right. Now this will bring you to the main area where we started out at the very beginning of this video. You'll simply pull the lever to activate the stone door and come right up here, and there's a chest we talked about in the very beginning of the video when we started this tour, and there is the waterfall we jumped down. Now also you can go back through here, and do note please that you cannot get up here without actually doing it, because the lever is behind the door, so you're actually going to have to go down through the waterfall in order to access the secret area. Now this is the drop walkway I discussed earlier that was to the left when we fell down the waterfall. Now if you go down here, there isn't too much. There's a few extra herb ingredients, some ore that you can find along the way, but nothing too significant here at the bottom. So there's plenty of other cool stuff you can kind of explore and go through, but this is pretty much the same thing you would expect from all the other areas. So if you jump down, you're in the water. There's really not much down here again, not much I have noticed at least. Just a few small little items that you can pick up here and there, but it's all down here. So thank you guys very much for tuning into this video. I really appreciate you guys checking it out. I hope you enjoyed this Dawnguard secret area as much as I did. It was really cool to discover and kind of walk through and do a little video on. You see there's the falls right there. And if you guys are interested in more Dawnguard content or would like to see anything in specific, please feel free to comment on this video and let me know. Also, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. Every subscription means a little more business for me and allows me to do more videos and get more quality equipment for better videos. And also check me out on Facebook and Twitter. It's facebook.com/avialence.fanpage and twitter.com/avialence. So be sure to follow me on there. And if you're interested in more Skyrim content, please stay tuned. I will be releasing a ton more videos. We're going to be talking about the vampire perk tree, the werewolf perk tree, as well as the crossbows and all of the vampire unique items. But, you know, plenty of stuff. So be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you tuning in to this Dawnguard walkthrough video of the secret area, Dead Drop Falls, and I will be talking to you guys in the future. Have a good one, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week. Avialence out.